In a move that has sent shockwaves through communities across Guyana, a major policy shift by the United States government has just slammed the door on countless dreams and aspirations. The once familiar path to the U.S., a journey that many Guyanese families have planned for years, has suddenly become fraught with uncertainty and disappointment. For decades, the U.S. Embassy in Georgetown has been a symbol of hope, a gateway to opportunity, family reunions, business ventures, and unforgettable vacations. But now that gateway feels more like a fortress, its doors closed to thousands who once saw America as a land of possibility. The impact is immediate and deeply personal. At airports you can see the frustration and heartbreak etched on the faces of travelers who have just learned that their plans have been derailed. Families are left in limbo, clutching their passports and travel documents, wondering if they will ever get the chance to visit loved ones or pursue new opportunities in the United States. For many, the dream of walking through the arrival gates in New York, Miami, or Houston now seems more distant than ever before. The Trump administration's recent decision has dramatically slashed the approval rates for B1 and B2 visas, the very documents that allow Guyanese citizens to visit the U.S. for business or tourism. News of the changes has dominated headlines, sparked heated debates on social media, and left many people anxiously refreshing embassy websites for updates. The process, once challenging but achievable, now feels like a lottery with ever-dwindling odds. Applicants who once felt confident now find themselves facing a wall of rejections, with little explanation and even less hope. So, in this new reality, who still qualifies for a U.S. visa? What does it take to navigate the maze of paperwork, interviews, and ever-changing requirements? In the coming chapters, we'll explore the stories of those affected, break down the new rules, and offer guidance for anyone hoping to keep their American dream alive. Stay with us as we uncover what it really means to seek a U.S. visa in these challenging times. The bar is now set extraordinarily high. For many, the process of qualifying has become more daunting than ever before. The requirements are no longer just a matter of filling out a few forms or providing basic identification. Instead, the scrutiny is intense, and the expectations are rigorous. Officials are looking for applicants who can demonstrate, beyond any reasonable doubt, that their ties to Guyana are not only strong, but virtually unbreakable. This shift has left many would-be travelers feeling anxious and uncertain, as the rules seem to change with little warning and the standards continue to rise. You are likely to qualify only if you can provide overwhelming, documented proof of what officials call profound and unbreakable ties to Guyana. This means more than just a birth certificate or a family photo album. Authorities are looking for a comprehensive portfolio of evidence, documents that paint a clear, undeniable picture of your life, your responsibilities, and your commitments in Guyana. This could include property deeds, business licenses, employment contracts, and even letters from community leaders or government officials. Every piece of paper must be meticulously prepared, authenticated, and presented in a way that leaves no room for doubt. The process is exhaustive, and even a minor oversight can result in immediate disqualification. Applicants are often required to attend multiple interviews, answer detailed questions about their personal and professional lives, and provide additional documentation at a moment's notice. The goal is to prove, conclusively, that your roots in Guyana are deep and that you have every intention of returning after your trip. This means you must own significant income-generating assets like a business or substantial property. Simply having a job or a small investment is no longer enough. Officials want to see that you have a real stake in the country's economy, something that would be difficult, if not impossible, to walk away from. For business owners, this could mean providing years of tax returns, proof of ongoing operations, and evidence of employees who depend on you. Property owners may need to show not just ownership, but also that the property is actively maintained and generating income, whether through rental agreements or commercial activity. The more substantial and visible your assets, the stronger your case. In some instances, applicants have even been asked to provide photographs of their businesses, utility bills, and records of recent transactions to prove that their enterprises are legitimate and thriving. The message is clear: only those with deep, tangible investments in Guyana's future will be considered. You must have a high-profile, long-term career that is impossible to abandon. This isn't just about having a job, it's about having a career that is so integral to your identity and your community that leaving it behind would be unthinkable. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, educators, and executives are among those most likely to meet this criterion. Officials will look for evidence of your professional standing, such as advanced degrees, professional licenses, and letters of recommendation from respected colleagues. They may also want to see proof of your ongoing projects, leadership roles, and community involvement. The more established and irreplaceable you are in your field, the better your chances. In some cases, applicants have been asked to provide detailed resumes, lists of professional achievements, and even media coverage of their work. The underlying assumption is that someone with a thriving, respected career in Guyana is far less likely to overstay their welcome abroad. You need a pristine travel history to other Western nations with no record of overstaying visas, violating immigration laws, or being denied entry. Every trip you've taken is scrutinized, and any irregularity can raise red flags. Officials want to see that you have traveled responsibly in the past, always returning home as promised. This means providing not just your current passport, but also any previous passports, along with a detailed list of your international journeys. If you have visited countries like the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, or members of the European Union, your chances improve, especially if you have a history of short, successful trips. On the other hand, any sign of trouble, such as a visa overstay, a denied application, or even a missed flight, can be grounds for rejection. The process is unforgiving, and applicants are advised to be completely transparent about their travel history, providing supporting documents wherever possible. And you must demonstrate you have more than enough liquid funds to cover every single day of your proposed trip without any chance of working. This requirement is about more than just showing a healthy bank balance. Officials want to see that you have access to funds that are readily available, cash in the bank, not tied up in investments or property. You may be asked to provide recent bank statements, proof of income, and letters from your employer or accountant. In some cases, applicants have been required to show evidence of savings accounts, investment portfolios, and even insurance policies. The goal is to ensure that you will not become a burden on the host country's social services, and that you have no financial incentive to seek unauthorized employment. The more comprehensive and transparent your financial documentation, the stronger your application will be. Ultimately, the process is designed to filter out all but the most qualified, well-established, and financially secure applicants. Those whose ties to Guyana are so deep and whose resources are so ample that the risk of overstaying is virtually non-existent. In today's rapidly changing immigration landscape, the reality for those hoping to visit the United States has shifted dramatically. Gone are the days when a well-prepared application and a heartfelt reason to travel were enough to secure a visa. Now, the process is more stringent than ever, and the bar for approval has been raised to unprecedented heights. Applicants find themselves navigating a maze of paperwork, interviews, and ever-evolving requirements, all while facing the anxiety of possible rejection. The atmosphere at embassies and consulates is tense, with hopeful travelers clutching their documents, rehearsing their answers, and anxiously awaiting their turn to be called. For many, the stakes are incredibly high. Visiting family, attending important events, or pursuing business opportunities in America can be life-changing. Yet, the odds are increasingly stacked against them. Essentially, the only applicants succeeding are those who can prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they have every reason to leave the United States after their visit. This means demonstrating deep, undeniable ties to their home country, ties that are often measured in terms of financial stability, property ownership, and established careers. Consular officers are looking for evidence that applicants have a life of comfort and security waiting for them back home, making it unlikely they would overstay their visa or attempt to remain in the U.S. illegally. In Guyana, this translates to individuals who can showcase significant wealth, stable employment, and strong family connections. Affluent neighborhoods, impressive homes, and successful businesses become more than just symbols of prosperity. They are now critical pieces of evidence in the visa application process. Well-dressed professionals, respected community members, and those with a clear record of international travel are the ones most likely to be granted entry. For these fortunate few, the process, while still rigorous, is navigable. They can point to their assets, their responsibilities, and their established place in society as proof that their visit to America is truly temporary. But for the vast majority of applicants, the dream of visiting the United States, whether to reunite with loved ones, explore new opportunities, or simply experience a different culture, has become heartbreakingly out of reach. Families are left separated by borders, unable to celebrate milestones or support each other in times of need. Tourists who once dreamed of seeing American landmarks now close their travel brochures with disappointment. Entrepreneurs and professionals who hope to attend conferences or forge new partnerships find their plans abruptly halted. The emotional toll is significant as hope gives way to frustration and resignation. The new reality is clear. Unless you can prove you have a life of established wealth and stability to return to in Guyana, the doors to America remain firmly closed. For many, this shift represents not just a bureaucratic hurdle but a profound change in what it means to dream of a better future. To get the clearest, most timely updates on these critical policy changes, you need to stay informed. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our crucial breakdowns.